I spent 1 year in South Korea. I'm from France, and before moving there as exchange student, I didn't thought this year would have huge impact on my life. I think this is one of the most amazing and exciting experience I never had before. Meet new people and make real friends, visit beautiful and traditional place, eat delicious food. But as you can guess, between Western country and South Korea, there is huge cultural differences. It took time for me to understand custom and habits of local people, and moreover to understand how the system works. So, because I saw that most of the content online are mainly focused on Seoul tourist spot, I decided to make the ultimate guide to live travel in South Korea. With every information I gathered this year from research and advice from local people. I spent a lot of time for this video because I'm sure it will be helpful for you, and the objective is to help as many people as possible. For this, I need you. I don't need your money, I don't need you to send this video to all of your friends, but if you do it, thank you. I just need you to take your phone or take your mouse, scroll down and press the like button on this video. That will make YouTube understand this video is nice and expand the audience. So if like me you want people to understand more about the Korean culture, it will be amazing if you help this video and press the like button. So this video will be mainly focused on 7 points. First, the language, then accommodation, following by public space, the rules, then the restaurant and the Korean food. Before moving on, everything you need to know about entertainment, then health, and then to finish, administrative points. And I have some bonus for you guys, so stay until the end. I will put time code if you want to navigate, so don't hesitate to use it. Let's start.
Preview.
You want to go to South Korea, but what is the language there? Korean speak Korean, for sure. You have to know that in Korea, a lot of people don't speak English or very few. It's more especially true when you go outside Seoul or if you try to communicate with old people. Personally, I was in countryside named Gumi. It's like 30-minute train from Daegu. And in my school it was okay, but every time I went to restaurant or taxi, people didn't speak English. So if you plan to go there for a long time, you must get some bases. First, the alphabet. The alphabet's name is Hangul. It appeared around the 15th century and before they used Chinese character, but the grammar is quite different. I will not dive into the details of the story. The only thing you need to know is that's very easy to learn. There is around 24 letters for the basic letters, and there is some combination of letters. If you take everything, it's like 38 letters. The way to write Korean is quite different from our habits. It's not only from left to right, but they also make block. For example, the word rice, they write it bap. And as you can see on the screen, they make one block with this word. And when you will know the alphabet, you will notice that a lot of words in Korean are the same as English. Example, computer in Korean is computer. Also, sometime in Korea, when people try to write English in their shop, that can make very fun situation. Last fact about alphabet, there is national holidays for Hangul on October 9th. After alphabet, you need to know that in Korea there is two ways to count, the Korean number and the Chinese number. There is context to use each of them. For example, when you ask what time is it, the hour will be with Korean number, when the minutes will be with Chinese number. Good luck to understand in which context you have to use which one, but it's good to know that there is two ways to count. I will give you some sentence you must know to survive in South Korea. Hello is 안녕하세요, no is 아니요, yes is 네, thank you is 감사합니다. If you want to go somewhere with taxi, you can just say the place you want to go, 에가요. Example, I want to go to Seoul Station. Seoul Station in Korean is Seoul-yok, so I will say Seoul-yok 에가요. But it can work with every place, like you want to go to Starbucks, Starbucks 에가요. If you want to go to restaurant and order something, you can just grab the menu, point with your finger and say 이거 하나 주세요, which means I want one like this, please. If you want to notice someone you're there, like the waitress or the cashier, if you want to call them, you can just say 여기요. And the last one to say bye. If you leave the room or the place, you say 안녕히 계세요. If it's the people who leave the place, you have to say 안녕히 가세요. Personally, I use some textbook like this one to learn Korean because I had class there. There is also a website from the government to learn Korean, so I will put the link of this book and also the website to learn it's free in the description. If you want to take a look, don't hesitate. So now you start to speak Korean and you want to go to Korea, but how to get accommodation? Personally, I was in dormitory Kizuksa and it was very cheap. So if you go as exchange student or student there, try to get the dormitory. For 4 months, I paid 500 euro, which is very cheap. If you go for work, so you can try to rent apartment, wholesale. I will display price for city in South Korea, but it's not the exact price. It can be less, it can be more, depends on the place. Or there is another type of rent, Jeonse, where you have to pay the integrality of the price of the apartment and you get back your money when you leave. You must stay at least 2 years and the owner get money with the dividend of your money. I think for most of the people it's not possible because they don't have enough money, and also I think for foreigners it's maybe more difficult to get this kind of contract. You can get Airbnb, it's not complicated but it's more expensive. During your stay, if you want to travel in other city in South Korea, you will certainly use hotel, motel, hostel, and the service there is always almost the same. You have fridge with water, TV, Netflix or Disney Plus, often, not always but often, internet with high speed almost every time. And there is one thing you need to know, in Korea the towers are very small. I don't know why, but every time I took shower I needed to use 2 towels because it was too small, like around this size, like it looks like something to dry your hands. So now you find your accommodation, you arrive inside and you don't understand why there is step inside the entrance. Because in South Korea you need to let your shoes in the entrance and you can't walk inside. Technically you can, but no one will like it. You will be seen as very impolite people. So you have to know that Koreans don't wear shoes inside. There is 2 reasons for that. First, because it's not very clean, and the second one, it's because the warm system of the house comes from the ground. Your feet are never cold when you walk without shoes inside. So don't walk with your shoes inside because people will very not like you. So now you arrive in your accommodation, unwear your shoes, let your luggage, wear your shoes again, and leave the apartment because you want to explore around in the street. There is some rules you need to know. First, when you're a pedestrian, never cross the road if the light is red. I know in Europe there is a lot of place where you can cross the road even if the light is red, no one cares. In Korea, never. Even when there is no car, even if it's night and there is no one. I mean, if you want to adapt yourself to the culture and respect the people there. Also, there is a lot of couple in Korea, but they don't show affection in public. What I mean by that is you will almost never see couple kiss in the street. The max is they hold hands and sometimes hug, but even hug is very not often. So if you plan to come to Korea with your girlfriend or if you find girlfriend there, try to avoid to show too much affection in public with her. Also with your friends, you have to know that Koreans don't do often handshake or even check like this. They only say hi. So I put a lot of friends in not comfortable situation because I have the reflex to handshake. They don't, so they didn't know how to react. If you want to adapt yourself, just don't handshake and just say hi. You need to know that in Korea it's safe everywhere in public place. You can go to cafe, let your computer on the table, leave 2 hours and come back, the computer will still there. That's very nice, it's very safe. You can also let your luggage in the street, and if you have to go to shop and come back, no one will steal your luggage. But there is one thing Korean will steal, your bicycle. I don't know why every Korean told me that Korean never steal anything, but they only steal your bicycle. So if you have bicycle, just buy local to be sure it's alright. There is another thing you need to be careful is cult. There is a lot of cult who will approach you in the street and start to speak about Jesus, God and stuff like that. So I think most of the people are aware about this, but if you never meet this kind of people, be careful because they just want to steal your money. Just take the paper they want to give you and put it in trash can, but that's the point. In Korea, there is no trash can in the street, so you need to go to convenience store. But that's not a problem because there is convenience store everywhere. 7-Eleven, GS25, CU, cup scale. You can find convenience store almost everywhere in the country. And sometimes it's like every 100 meters there is one. So you go there, put your paper in the trash can, and you want to buy drinks. When you pay or when you give something to the cashier, if you want to look polite, you can give it with your two hands, like this. And get it back with your two hands also, like this or like this. And there is good things also with convenience store, it's open 24/7. So you can be sure you will never get in trouble if you need to buy something, even if it's at 2 a.m. You go out to the convenience store and want to take subway to explore the city, but you start to want to go to toilet. That's the good news. In Korea, if you find toilets, you will never have to pay. To take the subway or bus, you need to buy T-Money card. You can buy it in convenience store and charge it in the convenience store, or you can buy it directly in the subway station. And what is very convenient with this card is you can use it in subway and bus everywhere in the country, and you can charge it everywhere in the country. Plus, the price is very cheap. Taking subway or bus is around €1, sometimes less, so it's very nice to travel with this. But there is some rules also you have to know. The first one is you need to be quiet in public transportation. In subway or bus, people don't call, people don't speak. Second one, in subway and in some bus, there is seat for old people. Don't use it. Even if there is no old people inside the bus or the subway, you can't use it. It's only for them. Same with the seat for pregnant women. And there is something you have to know. It's more even true for Seoul, but the subway can be very crowded. And you're completely compressed, you can't even breathe. So if it's like 5 or 6 p.m. in the week, maybe try to walk instead of taking the subway if possible, because it's crazy when it's crowded. And I will not recommend to take taxi at this moment because there is a lot of traffic jam also, more especially in Seoul. So you just go out the subway and you see restaurant. You start to be hungry, so you go there. There is a lot of things you need to know about restaurants in South Korea. The more obvious, they use chopstick. So if you don't know how to use chopstick, you can train or at least bring your fork and knife, because there is a lot of restaurants where they don't have knife, maybe spoon and fork if you're lucky. Well, personally, I know how to use it, so it's alright, but I had a lot of friends who get trouble with this. Then you come inside the restaurant, you want to order. There is 3 possibilities. First one, there is kiosk where you have to choose your meal with screen and just order with card or with cash inside. There is machine to take your cash. The second one is you just have to find a table. There is tablet on the table and you can order on the tablet. You see, even in restaurant, they let tablet on the table because they're sure no one will steal it. And the third possibility is the waitress come directly to your table, and like classic restaurant. You have to know that in a lot of restaurants, you will have to cook by yourself. Like in Korean barbecue, the samgyeopsal is very good with the sauce. In Korean barbecue, you have scissors, you have to cut the meat. There is vacuum for the smoke and a lot of side dishes. Sometimes it's all you can eat and it's very good. But I would recommend you to try to come with local if you can, because there is a lot of things you will only know with Korean. Small example, they love taking salad, put meat inside, the sauce, some side dish if they want, close, and eat like a sandwich. This kind of details you can only heard about it when you talk with local people. So when you finish to eat, you don't wait the waitress to bring the bill, you have to go to the counter and pay. Also, in Korea they don't split the bill. You have to split outside with your friends and manage it by yourself. Don't leave a tip, it's not in the Korean culture. And now let's focus more on the food. You have to know that a lot of food in Korea are spicy. So if you can't eat spicy, don't forget to ask to the waitress which meal is not spicy. There is a lot of typical plates in Korea, like tteokbokki, which is simmered rice cake. It can be spicy also, so be careful. The kimchi also, which is salt and ferment cabbage or radish. It's the main side dish in Korea. Every time you go to restaurants, you will get kimchi, and there is ton of different kimchi. Also, sometimes it can be spicy, so be careful. I love it, it's very good. You should try even if you don't eat spicy, because it's like the main side dish in Korea. Also, there is a lot of soup in the restaurant here, jjigae, like with tofu, chicken, pork, seafood. You can find every kind of soup there, and also sometimes it's spicy, so be careful. There is a lot of fried food with sauce, which I like it, but one of the most famous food there is bibimbap. Bibimbap is pot with rice, vegetables, sauce, eggs. You have to mix and it's very very good. There is a lot of seafood in Korea, and I get the opportunities to try fried squid. It was very good also. And to finish with the typical plate in Korea, the kimbap, which is raw seaweed with rice inside and everything you want. It can be seafood, meat, even kimchi. There is different kind of kimbap, and also ramyeon, which is the Korean version of ramen. It's also often spicy, so be careful. You can buy kimbap and ramyeon in convenience store, so it's very cheap. Like each are almost €1. I get the opportunities to try some food cooked by local, not in the restaurant, and it was so delicious. So shout out to Taeyeon, my friends, and his mother. I will never forget this meal. You have to know that in Korea, when you go to a restaurant with friends, most of the time they want to drink. And that let us go to the party culture. But before that, if you're there, that means you very like this video. Thank you. If you want to support this channel, don't forget to put a like. Even if you already went to South Korea and you think I forgot to talk about something, you can write your experience in the comments. That can help everyone else here. So you will be certainly surprised, but during party in Korea, people ask often, how old are you? Because there is age hierarchy there. Even in the language, like when you're younger, you have to call older people, older brother, young, or older sister, Nuna. When you're foreigner, they don't care, so don't worry. But because of this hierarchy of age, it impacts also the party. Like in Korea, you never drink alone. You have to take toast every time you want to drink. They make chan, like chan, and everyone take a toast. Every time someone wants to drink, he has to make chan and take a toast. But if you're younger, or depends on the people and the context, but let's say it's serious context. If you're younger, it's only the most older people in the table who can make chan. And if you're younger, you need to chan, and then you have to turn yourself and drink this way. Also, when you chan, you don't just take your drink and do this, you have to be like this to show respect. Again, you're foreigner, so I think they will don't care. But if you want to show that you know how it works, they will be impressed and they will like you more, I think. I talk about how to drink, but what is the alcohol in Korea? There is a lot of alcohol, but there is two main alcohol in party in Korea: soju and beer. What is the soju? Soju is alcohol of rice. It's like 20 degrees. Most of the time they drink it in shot or with beer. So the beer in Korea, the name is Maekju, soju, Maekju, somek. They love drinking somek, and I like it too, to be honest. The process is you take one shot of soju, put it in your glass, fulfill with beer, mix with spoon or two chopstick which you hit, and then you chan. There is a lot of drinking games in Korea. Example, you can take the caps of the soju and watch inside there is number. People have to try to guess this number in 5 try. If they don't succeed, they have to drink one shot. If they succeed, you have to drink one shot. Also, there is game like Never I Have Ever with your hands. Like if you do, you lose one finger and you don't have finger anymore, you lose and you drink one shot. And tons of game like this. When they're drunk, Koreans love to go to bowling. Already went into bowling completely drunk, and I feel like I'm better when I drink, to be honest. If they don't go to bowling, they love go to karaoke. Drunk or not, I already went drunk, it's very fun. And there is also karaoke where you can drink inside the karaoke. In the karaoke, you have sing in Korean for sure, English a lot, Spanish, some Japanese song also. But you have to be ready because when it's not English song, the subtitles will be in Korean, so good luck. But there is other activity than drinking in Korea. For example, there is boarding game cafe. You can go just there, rent a room, pay coffee for sure, and you can just play boarding game with your friends during few hours. I already tried, it was quite fun. I talk about cafe, but there is a lot of cafe in Korea, like pet cafe with cat, dogs, sheep, raccoon. I'm pretty sure you can find every type of animals there. There is also manhwa cafe. Manhwa is the equivalent of manga in Korea, and you can just rent some seats, pay a few hours, and you can read manhwa while drinking coffee. There is also Lazo Quest and escape room. But there is one place you will go often with your friend, is picture booth. It's machine, you go inside, take picture with your friends, paid, and that print the picture. You have also QR code which you can scan and download the picture and video on your phone. You can find also cinema, every English movie there still in English and they put Korean subtitles, so it's quite convenient for us. And you can find a lot of cyber cafe. The name there is PC Bang, which means PC room. It's a place where you can rent computer for a few hours and play a lot of video games, but just be careful. I have a lot of friends who lost their soul here, spending too much night there instead of sleeping. But there is not only activities in Korea, you can also find a lot of good tourist place. Let's start with Seoul. I think you already know, but let's talk about it. The first place is Gyeongbokgung Palace, where you can see guard walking around and it's very traditional place. A lot of tourists for sure. You can go also to Hongdae or Gangnam. It's like hot place to make shopping or even go to party with your friends. To come back to traditional place, you can go to Hanok village, which is very famous. You can rent some traditional clothes and wear it there. And if you want to see the city and get a good landscape, you can go to Lotte Tower. But you can also get good spots in Busan. There is also Old Town, which I prefer in Busan, Temple and the drone show near the beach, because there is beach in Busan, and if you go after the sunsets you can see this drone show. It's very beautiful. If you want to see more traditional place, you can go to Gyeongju. There is a lot of historical place with museum, the tomb of the emperor, even traditional show. I think this is one of the city in Korea with the most historical and traditional stuff. There is also a lot of amusement park in Korea, like in Daegu there is eWorld, in Seoul there is Lotte World, but you can find amusement park everywhere, even in Daejeon. If you like hiking, you're in the right place because there is a lot of mountain in Korea. And the highest mountain is in Jeju Island, Harasan. It took like 5 or 6 hours to go to the top. But there is mountain near other city. In Daegu there is Apsan. In Seoul there is Bukhansan. Personally I hike Kumo-san. It's near Gumi. It took like 3 hours to go to the top, but the view there was very beautiful. If someone asks you to hike some mountain with him, just accept, you will not regret it. And that will give you also the opportunity to get some fresh air. Because there is one point in Korea you need to know, the air quality is very bad. Sometimes you need to wear mask because the pollution is too high. There is people who continue to wear mask in Korea, but not that much because of COVID, more because the pollution, and sometimes when people get sick, they wear a mask. It's not everyone, but that's why you can see some mask again. When I asked Korean why the air quality is so bad, they all told me it's because of China. No, there is a lot of factory in China and the wind bring all the pollution in Korea. But the weather in Korea is very nice. The spring with the cherry blossom is beautiful. Also autumn with flower festival, it's very nice to see. The weather is very convenient. But summer is very hot and humid. If you're not used to that, good luck. And winter is so cold. Last year it was minus 15 in Seoul. In this condition, even with few jackets and hoodies and whatever you want, you're still cold because the wind is crazy. In winter you will get cold, but it's not a problem because the health system in Korea is very nice. I already had to go to doctor a few times. You just go there, wait 20 minutes and the doctor always has solution to your problem. One time I fall on the ground on my hair and it was full of blood. The guy just deal with it very easily. One time I had to make a scanner. He has scanner in his place. One other time I get cold and he give me medicine. And it's quite cheap. The price is around 20 euro. And when I get cold, he give me some medicine. I paid something like 3 euros. So it's very cheap and convenient. Also glasses. I had to make new glasses there. I paid something like 80 euro and it took less than 1 day. I went to the glasses shop. Just he take my vision and ask me which model I want. In 30 minutes it was done and then he just told me, okay, come back in few hours, it will be okay. I came back 5 hours after and it was ready. It's very convenient. So if you get any health problem in South Korea, just go to the doctor. It's not very expensive and the quality is very nice. A lot of people like Korea because of cosmetic and fashion. And it's true, there is a lot of shop for cosmetic. The most famous is Olive Young. You can go there and find everything you need. And there is Olive Young everywhere in the country. It's very easy to find them. So, okay, I'm not professional about it, but just if you need to find whatever you want, just go there. For clothes, there is a lot of shop everywhere and it's cheaper than in Europe. Personally, my favorite in Seoul is Playground. I found some hoodie with very good quality for around 20 euro. But if you're lucky, you can find also some pop-up store, second-hand shop in Seoul where you can have very good deal. Personally, I found some Raven pants for around 8 euro, or even Ralph Lauren pants for 8 euro also. So if you have time, you can find very good deal and also very beautiful clothes. But you're in the street and you want to find playground, but you don't have internet. You forget to find SIM card. For this I have the solution. For me the most convenient SIM card for foreigners is Chingu Mobile. For 4 months I paid 70,000 won, which is around 50-60 euro for unlimited internet, unlimited call and unlimited message. They also link your SIM card with ARC. I will explain what is it, don't worry. So just if you're interested in Chingu Mobile, it's not sponsorship, but I will put the link in description. And also there is 3 possibilities. First, you ask delivery in your own country, that's possible. Second one, you get the SIM card at the airport. There is one thing not convenient, the store looks like library, so it's very hard to find. And the last point is you go to Korea and you just ask delivery in your accommodation. It's possible also. The ARC is the Alien Registration Card. It's basically your Korean ID card as foreigners. And you need to know that in Korea, your ARC has to be linked with phone number, and to connect in every application, you need ARC with phone number. Example, you want to create account for League of Legends, you need ARC with phone number. And it's the case for a lot of applications. There is another point you need to know. In Korea, there is no Google Map. In Korea, there is no Messenger. In Korea, there is no Uber Eats. They have their own application. Kakao Talk for Messenger, Kakao Taxi for Uber, Kakao Map for Google Maps, or there is also Nevermap. Kakao is like a big brand in Korea. They have their own chibi cute character with goodies. So don't try to use Google Map there, it's very bad. And if you plan to stay long in Korea, like more than 6 months, I would recommend you to open a bank account, because there is some website where you can't buy with foreign credit cards. Example, the bus application, you need to get ARC, phone number and Korean credit card, so it will be more easier. Or I have another example, the train application, you can pay with foreign card and there is English version of this application, but you can't choose your seat. And when you switch to the Korean version of this application and pay with Korean credit card, you can choose your seat. If you can get Korean bank accounts, it will make your life more easier. So now you know everything. You want to know how can you come to Korea. There is different type of visa. The student visa, D2, it can work if you're exchange student. I think it's the most easiest case because your school manage everything. Or if you want to make your study directly in Korea, it's fit also. If you want to take language class and learn Korean, you can take D4. If you want to find job in Korea, you can try to get the D10, job seeker. But this one is quite difficult because it's a point system. Example, if you speak Korean, you have points. If you have good degree, you have points. If you already work in the top 500 world most rich company in the world, you get points, and it's quite selective. You need at least 60 points, but the criteria, it's not that easy to get for this one. In our case, I let you check with your embassy how it works exactly, but for a lot of countries, there is a last choice, the working holiday visa. You can just go in Korea, work 24 hours a week, and you can travel in Korea during 1 year without any restriction. It's maybe the most easiest way to understand more about this country and live there. So now it's time for bonus. In Korea there is Pepero Day. What is Pepero Day? Is an unofficial gifting days. You just have to give snack to the people you like, but the snack has to be Pepero. It's like a brand, looks like Mikado, and it's very fun that they have official day for this. I didn't know where to put this information again. In Korea there is also way to make heart, not only like this, they can do like this, or like this. Again, it's good to know. Some people think Korean have to bow like this, but no, that's for Indian and some Southeast Asia country, like in Thailand for example. But in Korea, people just bow like this. In Korea, there is K-pop everywhere. In a restaurant, shop, cafe, in the street, in haircut, bowling, everywhere in Korea you can hear K-pop. So if you hate K-pop, good luck. Me personally, I didn't care to be honest, and now there is some groups I like, new jeans, so be ready to hear K-pop every time. In Korea, the insects are very big. It's more especially true in countryside. I found some insects very big. They are not that dangerous, but at the beginning it's quite unusual to see that when you're not used to big insects. Other point, in Korea, you certainly have to be careful to talk about Japan. With young people, I think it's okay. Maybe you don't know, but 100 years ago, Japan colonized South Korea, and a lot of Korean don't like Japan because of this. Not the young generation, but a lot of old people are not very fan of Japan because of that. So if you want to talk about Japan with Korean, just be sure they don't care. There is a lot who don't care, to be honest, but with old people, really try to be sure. Korean guy have to go to army 18 months during their 20s. Again, I didn't know where to put this information, just I think it's good to know if you go there, like to know the mood of the country. And the last point, maybe the most important. This point is maybe more important for French people, but in Korea, they drink a lot of coffee. Looks nice, but they drink a lot of iced coffee. They drink a lot of ice americano, ice latte, ice whatever you want. To be honest, before going to Korea, I never heard about iced coffee. It's not bad, to be honest. So that's all for this video. If you're there, thank you. That means you very liked it. If you have additional facts, you can add it in comments. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe and like it. That will let me know I need to make more content like this, and see you guys.